Hello, my friends, and welcome to. I'm just checking if I can. I don't think I can actually share. There you go. Welcome to the last day of 5 Focus Secrets. I am coming to you in all my Sunday glory today. No makeup and out in the kids' play area out the back because they have been super, super mummy needy girls. And so I'm here to talk to you about our last topic. So if you are just wandering on by, you need to go and catch days 1 through 4. I'll give you a quick recap for those in a moment. Excuse me. I had a massive weekend. We had a 2-year-old birthday party yesterday, and so I was decorating a fancy bubble cake for my daughter, and doing all those crazy things that we mothers do ahead of our children's birthdays. So that was me. Now, this week, so what is 5 Focus Secrets all about? What I have found talking to, all of you really, is that, this is really hurting my elbow, there we go, is that one of the things that challenges you the absolute most in your business is knowing what to do next. Where should I focus to get the results that I'm after? What is it that is going to be the difference maker for my business? And so that's what this training is all about. So if you are, hey Tony, how you going? If you are one of those people, if you are sitting there in your business going, okay, I'm pretty sure I know what it is I want my business to deliver to me, but I have no freaking idea how to get there, then this training this week, free training every day, was designed to give you the stepping stones, the goalposts of what you're going to be focusing on to cut out all of the extraneous stuff, all of that extra fluff that we throw in there and tell ourselves that we have to do, which is really just us procrastinating actually on doing the hard stuff or the things that are actually going to move us forward, because our brain sabotages us, which I think is a bit rubbish. But anyway, so far this week we have covered vision. This is the thing that really helps you get connected and aligned and focused in your business. That was day 1. Then on day 2, we covered brand foundation. So this was about how do you figure out what it is you're going to say? How do you find that key message, that thing that underpins everything that you do? It's about you and your values and how you connect all of that together to create the identity of your business and that message that underpins absolutely everything that you do. How do you figure out what that is? That's what we talked about on day 2. Day 3 was all about business model, and by business model, I mean know how your business is going to make money so that you know what the 5% of activities that you could be focusing on are. So the only way to succeed in business is to do the stuff that results in you either building your audience or selling them what they want, making sales. And so in order to be able to know where to focus, you need to know how your business is making money both now and how you want it to be making money in the future. And so we delved into what that actually means and made it really simple for you to be able to start to think about what your ideal business model looks like. Then day 4 was all about marketing strategy. I spent a lot of time talking about a tortoise and a hare. I'm not going to dive into it now, but if you want to know what the hell those 2 animals have got to do with your marketing strategy and how it's going to help you really get your focus right in your business to attract the people that you need to be in front of to you and to your message, then you want to be watching day 4. Now, how do I catch all of these videos, I hear you ask? Well, you sign up and you get access to the Evergreen page for all the training. So all of those training videos are being uploaded onto a training page, and there's some extra bits and pieces on there for you as well. So you do that at the link above this video, bit.ly link /5 Focus Secrets. I will be taking these videos down in a day or 2. So thank you so much for joining me then for day 5. Today we are talking about what to do when you have lost your way and when you have no idea which way to go and what to do next. So this is one thing that most people don't do right. And what I'm talking about today is how you set a destination to reach. I'm talking about goal setting. So if you tied into day one and you really got serious about your vision, and so you know what your business stands for and why it exists and what results you're going to deliver, this is about tagging back into also your ideal life. I believe that as small business owners and as mums in business, in fact, I actually believe this for anybody, but it's particularly true for us because you guys are the ones that I talk to. We need to have goals in place that are linked to where we want to get to personally. There needs to be some kind of personal motivator there, because otherwise, why the heck would you take time away from the things that are really important to you, i.e. your children and your family, if you, to do something that potentially is going to be challenging or take you outside of your comfort zone. In fact, ideally, it will be one of those things. If you don't have a real connection to the outcome. And so I don't actually talk about SMART goals, although there are elements to SMART that I think are valuable. The way that I teach to do goals is to start from your ideal life and work backwards from there. Now, I have done up a free worksheet to help you with this process today, and that it's a fillable workbook, and it steps you through the steps that I'm about to outline briefly. And to grab that, you sign up for the training, because it's already loaded up there on that training page under the day 5 video, which will be uploaded later today. So so it's a bit.ly link /5 focus secrets, and you'll get access to that free workbook to help you with goal planning. So go and grab that now, because it will help with what I'm about to talk about. So essentially, when you spend time and emotional energy sorting out your vision for your ideal life, you know where it is you want to go, you know when it's going to happen, you know what that's going to look like, how you're going to be working, how are you going to be spending your time and your money and dedicating the time that you want to be dedicating to your family. What are you giving back on? Where are you volunteering? All of that kind of stuff is all really, really important parts of your ideal life. In order to make that a reality and to make your business a part of the puzzle to get there, and I really genuinely mean that, it's a part of the puzzle. So many of us misinterpret the message around, well, you must know your why in order to succeed in business, and your why must be tied to your ideal life. Those things are incredibly important. However, it's not everything, and your business is not the only thing that's going to get you to that ideal life. And by putting all of that pressure on your business, I think it actually makes it harder to get there, because we attach this emotional meaning to every single success or failure. And in fact, failure is not a real thing. You either achieve the goal or you learn a lesson, and then you improve upon it, and you rinse and repeat, and you try again, and you keep right on trying. But every single time something doesn't go the way we think we want it to go, we attach a meaning to that. And that is why so many people fall off the train with their businesses. We get completely derailed and demotivated, and it can be quite devastating when you've attached this meaning to it, saying, well, if I can't make this thing work, then my business isn't going to work, then I'm never going to have that ideal life. And then the sorts of stuff that you attach to that are like, I'm letting my family down, I'm letting myself down, I'm useless, I can't, all of this self-talk that happens subconsciously in your mind, which is actually just making it near on impossible for you to succeed. So don't do that. Make your business one part of the puzzle. There is absolutely no reason why you can't make one change in your life today or tomorrow that will move you towards that ideal life, so that you can start to be living by some of those principles today. And I genuinely mean that. And I mean that as somebody who has done that. We have made huge changes in our lives that have moved us towards where we want to be in 5 years' time. And part of them were my business, and part of them were just choices that we made as a family and as a couple. So I really encourage you to think about that. So goal setting. Start with your ideal life. Know what that means. Know what that looks like. What is it going to take to get there? I want you to think about this. Have you ever set a goal that you didn't achieve? Of course you have. We have all done that. I have not yet come across one single person who has never set a goal that they haven't achieved. And I believe that the reason for that is that the motivation to do the things that needed to be done to achieve that goal, either it was unrealistic or it wasn't a real goal. There wasn't tactical action that you could do. So you set a goal around something that was things that you can't control. Or it wasn't actually something that was realistic. Or you set a goal that actually would have been better placed as a 1-year goal for your next 30 days goal or something like that. Now, anything is truly possible, but only if you're mentally ready for it. And most of us are not mentally ready when we set those really big goals. So if you think about your ideal life, what is it that needs to be in place for you to be there? How much money do you need to be making? What ways do you need to be working? What does your business need to look like? What does your partner need to be doing? What will your children be doing? Think about those things, and then think about what can you achieve in the next 12 months that will move you towards that ideal life. It really is about bringing it back to tangible things that need to change. Okay? So, for example, this time last year, well, if I think about the start of the last financial year, so that would have been July 2017. When I looked at where we needed to be in 12 months' time to move towards our life, one of those things was we needed to be living in Victoria. Now, my business didn't need to enable that to happen. That was one of those decisions that we made as a family to move. Okay? But I also knew that my business needed to look different. And so that necessitated me making some pretty significant changes in how my business was structured, changing my partnership arrangements and all sorts of things. So there were some big things that needed to happen within that next 12-month period. Now, when I look out in 12 months' time, I know what the revenue is that my business needs to be making. I have changed my employment situation. I no longer work with Deloitte. I'm working with contract clients through my business, which changes the revenue profile of my business yet again. And so I've put in place these things that are structural. So I want to challenge you when you're doing this to think differently about goals, because it's not all about how much money your business makes purely through client work. And when I say that, I mean client work the way you're doing it right now. So perhaps you're doing a whole bunch of one-on-one services, and perhaps in 12 months' time, you need to have introduced a leveraged product, whether that be a digital education and information-based product, or a group program where you're working with multiple people at once, or perhaps you start doing an event or something like that, but something that leverages your time in some way. Maybe it's partnerships, it could be all sorts of things, okay? So think differently about that 1-year goal. Yes, a revenue number is important, and you do absolutely need to set one of them, but you also need to be thinking differently about the structure and the things that you're going to have in place there, okay? So let me know if that makes sense. Set that 1-year goal and make sure that it's got hard line of sight to your ideal life. And then what you do is you work that backwards. I work in 90-day chunks. So there are 3 90-day chunks in a year. So you set yourself a annual goal for your business, and then you build that back and say, okay, that means that in the first 90 days I need to do this, in the second 90 days I need to do this, in the third 90 days I need to do this, and in the fourth 90 days I need to do this. And you attach to each of those goals, those 90 days, some of them will be setting things up, but some of them one of them should be a number. You must set a revenue goal against each of those 90 days. Then what you need to do is work out what products you're going to focus on to achieve that goal in those 90 days. Now, you may have a lower number in an early quarter, so maybe the first 90 days is a lower number and there's a bigger number in the third 90 days. Work out what makes sense in terms of how you're setting that out, but do plan the products and services that you're going to be focusing on in each of those. And then you work back to your monthly goals. Now, your monthly goals must be really tangible, really practical, take action kinds of things. Because ultimately you can set your financial goal for your 90 days, but that's not something you can directly influence, okay? Well, you can directly influence it, but you don't have 100% control over it because it requires somebody else to do something. It requires your customers to purchase. And what you can't control is them actually making a purchase. Your month goals then must be filled with things that you can control. So anybody who has done my training around the strategies on how to hit your numbers, how to hit your 5-figure numbers. I did a masterclass on it recently. You will know that I work you through those numbers and what that looks like so that you know exactly how many people you need to be in front of with your offer to hit your number. That's the sort of stuff that you put in your monthly goal that you can influence. I can directly influence and control how many people I get in front of with my offer. Does that make sense? So you're working back through this goal process. It's all tied to your ideal life, but you end up back with really tangible actions on things that you can control. Okay, there is so much that we could cover on this. I'm not going to go into all of the detail this afternoon because there are 1,000 different scenarios, but hopefully that and the goal setting worksheet that I have made available in the training page for you, so you can go and download that now, will help you map this out for yourself so that you can start setting goals that are things that you can actually influence and create real impact of. This is the stuff of the rubber hitting the road. You executing on those goal plans, that's how you move forward in your business. That is how you know that you're focusing on those 5% activities. You've got your business model. We talked about that in the last lesson. And now you've got a goal and you've set products against those goals, which, by the way, need to align to the business model decisions that you've made. So you know exactly where you're focusing. And then you set goals that are at that monthly level that are, I'm going to get in front of this many people. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do some training. I'm going to do some networking. These are my marketing activities. You might be doing paid advertising. You can directly influence you taking action to put that stuff out there. And then you just watch the results and you notice what works and you notice what doesn't work and you add more in of what works and you stop doing the things that aren't working and you just improve and you try again and you diligently and consistently keep taking action. That's how you succeed in your business, okay? And that's how you focus on the right things. Because if you start doing something in that month period which isn't directly contributing to that goal, which isn't directly contributing to where you want to go and the results you want to be getting, then you need to cut it. Or you need to delegate it, or you need to outsource it. And be really, really strict with yourself. It's hard to do that. But there are lots of ways where you could get some assistance in your business. You could hire a VA in the Philippines for $5 a day. You could hire an experienced VA who can manage a portion of your business for you. You could get somebody to help you who wants to learn in your business. There are lots and lots of dozens of ways for you to be able to do that, okay? Now, the biggest thing I wanted to get across here too is we are about to hit November. And so traditionally, we all tend to start to wind down a bit into Christmas, you know, like our lives ramp up, social life ramps up, all the stuff we do leading into Christmas, and our businesses start to go into decline. But January, February, March are really hard months to get moving in business. So I strongly encourage you to start with taking action on these things now. Don't wind down into Christmas, because if you wind down into Christmas, then you're not set up for success from the 1st of January. And so you don't want to be sitting there just after Christmas with some energy and some headspace going, oh, okay, I'm really amped. I'm going to achieve these goals. I'm going to do all this in the next 90 days. And you haven't set yourself up for success for that. And you're going from a standing start instead of a rolling start or a running start. So it's really important. The timing of this and why I'm doing this now is actually really, really deliberate, because I want you to be able to set yourself up to hit 2019 in an absolutely massive fashion. That's why Empowered CEO Academy is happening now. That's why I've structured it that way, so that we can work together to have you set up for success and ready to absolutely smash your goals in the first 90 days of the next financial year. That's my goal for you. You want to have things in place. You want to have absolute clarity on what you need to do next to get success in your business, and more importantly than that, on what it is you're actually chasing. Rather than setting these arbitrary goals which kind of look, sound and feel good, it's actually linked to what you want. And by the way, you know what you want because we've worked through that as well. It's so deliberately structured. Empowered CEO Academy is an incredible experience of development. And I don't think I've ever met a successful entrepreneur that didn't invest in their own personal development. I invest heavily in my personal development so that I know what the latest techniques are, so that I know what's working, so that I'm constantly improving, so that I can bring that learning to you. And Empowered CEO Academy is one of those ways that I do that. Now, I am taking applications now, and I would absolutely love to have you in Empowered CEO Academy with me. Just imagine what that would feel like in 90 days' time to be on the other side of this incredibly empowering group coaching experience, where not only are you really challenging yourself and your mindset and finding your most courageous and amazing self, and not only are you building a tribe and working with some incredibly driven women and doing that alongside each other. You always achieve more when you're doing it together. I don't know why that is. We just do. But you will know exactly what your business is going to look like for the next 12 months. You will have your business model nailed. You will know where your money is coming from. You will know your message. You will have a connected vision for your business. And you will be taking action. And you will be set up to absolutely smash your goals right from the start of the next financial year. Not financial year, calendar year, so January. Okay, so that is what ECA is about. I'm so excited and so passionate about it. I cannot wait to get started. We're starting mid-November. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go and check it out. Check out the details. There are testimonials on the page, case studies of people who have worked with me, frequently asked questions. All of that kind of stuff is on the ECA page. So I strongly recommend you to go and have a look. I will pop the link in there. It is a bit.ly link /ECA enroll. And I would love to have you in the program with me. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then go and have a look. I am not really about doing the hard sell. I believe that the women who are truly wanting to make a difference and grow their businesses are the ones who will have a look and who will reach out to me so that we can talk. All right, my loves, I am going to leave it there. My children are about to eat dinner and I am going to do some knitting tonight and have a little bit of a relax. So if you haven't seen the other trainings, go back and watch them before they come down, and make sure that you sign up at bit.ly /5 Focus Secrets to grab the free downloadable goal setting guide that goes along with today's training. Okay, I will talk to you all later, my friends, and have a wonderful Sunday evening. See ya.